and welcome to another episode of my beginner's makeup series. And today I'm going to be talking about eyeshadows, specifically like my favorite trios and palettes, and some that are okay. They're best for like super beginners that just want to see if it's something they want to do for eyeshadow. I'm not going to talk about applying them or anything. I'm just sharing with you my thoughts on different brands and palettes and at what level I think they're good for. I'm going to start off with my least favorite palettes, but they are good if you're just learning to do eyeshadows, or if you're not sure if you want to do eyeshadow but you just want to dabble a bit. That's how I got these. They are the eye lip space palettes. I think they're the $5 ones. I actually got both of these for free in different orders from e.l.f. When they do their mystery bags, they sometimes include a palette. Got this one first. I include this in my beginner's makeup tutorial, but as you see, I have some dents in some of these. But it's a great basic palette, and it's good to learn like what colors work for you and how to apply them in a way that you like. So I find them useful for that, mostly because I'm not just a huge fan of the shadows personally, but I have them for research purposes and just to test out in sometimes tutorials when I want to do more cheaper looks, which is why I have them, and also they're what I learned to use eyeshadows on. After that, I went into Wet n Wild. I love Wet n Wild eyeshadows. They are just as good as Urban Decay and stuff, and the Lac Pro palette because I use them with them. So this one is Comfort Zone palette. I think this is the 8-pan ones. So it has here 2 brow bones, 2 eyelids, 2 creases, and 2 definers. But you don't have to use them for that. You can decide how you want to play with these. And this is somewhat of a dupe for some of the Naked palettes from Urban Decay. So this is nice. And then I also have some Wet n Wild in here that are depotted in the Z palette. Right here is Walking on Eggshell. That was my first one I got, and I really like that. Knock on Wood, I really like this burgundy color. And then this is Sweet as Candy. I really like the creases on here, and this highlight. And this is a nice rose gold in the Walking on Eggshells. And this is Cream Brulee. That's a nice all over color. And then over here, this is Buttercup, and I think this is by L'Oreal. This one I think is by Maybelline, and it's Plum Wine. It could be L'Oreal, I'm not sure. And this one, I'm not sure what it is at all. These were all depotted, and I don't have all the stickers. And then I just have some blushes, but these are all good. If I'm using Drugstore, this is usually the one thing I will pull out when I want to use Drugstore eyeshadows. These are good. They do work, and they are by Rimmel London. And I have the 4 and the 3. I got these on clearance. I don't think they have these anymore. This one's Smoky Burn 002. And this is 710 and Twilight Zone. So this is like a smoky eye. This is like a natural. I like to use this mostly for the black for a liner and the white for a highlight. I think this is really silver yet. And then, if you can't tell, my favorite colors are the more natural brownie and wine color. Those are like my favorite. And to further illustrate that point, here's a Maybelline, what is this? The Expert Wear in Chai Latte. It's in number 22Q. And this one does work. I have used this in a Get Ready With Me palette. I just don't find myself reaching for it that often, but it is a nice eyeshadow. My first high-end palette for eyeshadow was a Stila Merry and Bright that I got for $10 on Black Friday, along with a Stila lip base. And it has a cream blush and then some eyeshadows. And this was fun to play with. This was after my e.l.f. palettes. I got this, and I did really enjoy using this for a while. I haven't really pulled it out in a while. I don't know why. The color's super pretty. I should pull it out more. Then we have my favorites. So my first big higher end palette was from the Balm, and it's the Nuditude. There are some naked ladies on here, which is previously placed eyeshadows. The eyeshadows are really good. I don't find myself reaching for it that often. I think because mostly, like, there's not really my favorite crease color or anything. There is a lot of shimmer in here. There's not a lot of matte. There's only 4 mattes. This brownie color, a burgundy, ooh, I like that burgundy, black, and a brown. And then the rest are all shimmery or pearl type finishes. It is really nice, but the shadows are very buttery, but I just don't find myself pulling for it that often. Don't know why. I like that wine though. I should pull that wine out because I don't have any of my 2 top favorite eyeshadow palettes. These are my go-to basics. I use them every time I wear eyeshadow. So as you can see, I had the Urban Decay Naked Basics. This is the first palette. They now have a second one. This is the first. And the Lac Pro palette, they now have 2. This is the first one, the original. So, in the Urban Decay Naked Basics, it has a pearl color, a matte yellowy color, a matte like skin flesh, pinky toned. So it's Venice, Foxy, Walk of Shame, Naked 2. I love Naked 2. It's getting quite the dent in it. This is like my favorite crease color of all time. Faint, which is a nice medium brown, and then Crave, which is a nice matte black. So these are all mattes except for Venus. So really love this palette. Then we have the Lac Pro palette. Okay, so at the bottoms are all the shimmer, and the top are all matte. I have white, cream, I like doing cream for a base a lot, and also light pink. Taupe, light pink, mauve, stable, espresso, black. I like to use espresso and black for liner sometimes. Then at the bottom we have nude, champagne, gold, light bronze, pewter, garnet, deep purple, and slate. For the shimmers, I like to use nude, champagne, gold, light bronze, and pewter sometimes. I haven't really played with these yet. And then on top, I like to use white when I'm doing like vintage looks. I want to make my eye more wide awake. Cream, taupe, light pink, mauve. I practically use all the mattes. I'm really into matte shadows, so that one gets a lot of love. So those are my favorite palettes and eyeshadows. Now if you have any questions about eyeshadows or how to apply them, my favorite brushes or brushes to use, let me know down below and I'll answer those in future episodes. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye everyone.